Hello and welcome, dearest. I'm Grandma Mimsy, and this is the first video in our new series on what do I do now? You've made the leap, you have faith, you've jumped down the rabbit hole, and got your first subscription box or bought a plate and a set, and you have things on the way. Now what do you do? So I've done a few other videos on beginners, and I'm kind of going to recap, and I made a little bit of a list here. So one thing that you're going to need to get is some sort of storage container. Don't go figuring out, oh, I have to have something fancy or whatever. It can just be a shipping box that you tape down the edges and put some liners or something in to make it look nice or make it convenient. Some plastic containers from discount stores or whatever the case, but you will want something to have everything in the same space and have things specific to this, so that when you go to start and do what you're doing, you'll have everything together and everything that you need, and you can keep it all organized, because as you progress it will get bigger and you're going to need more things. So based on your preferences of stuff. So I'm not telling you that these are a must-have. These are just suggestions. Take what works for you and leave the rest. So, and this is not in any specific order, but you're going to need, my recommendation is to get some sort of a pump style that will make it easier to get the rounds of some sort to make it a lot easier. I did try to resist that because I didn't see the necessity in it, but it makes it a lot easier. And experiment with different brands, because those cotton rounds that you can get at different places, many of them have issues with the flyaways, like the cotton balls, and paper towels and napkins work great for as a base to lay something down that you can protect your work and your surfaces and whatnot, but they're not so good for cleaning. The cotton rounds work a lot better. You'll need some sort of a nail file, and I do recommend glass. Always get the ones that are etched, not the ones that have the surface sprayed on. The only difference is that the ones that are etched will last longer, and these are washable. You can sanitize them. Just be careful, don't drop them, because they're glass, they'll break. But I've had many over the years that have lasted a very long time. So Maniology does sell one, and you can get them in a lot of different places. They're easy to get and popular. But if you like the grit of the standard, then by all means, if that's what you can afford, these range between, depending on where you get it, the one at Maniology, I want to say is $9-10. You can get them some places for $5. You can get them for several in a set for a little bit more. So do your research and figure out which one you like, and then you will have those ready to go. So there's some sort of a nail file, some sort of a clipper or a trimmer, or other items that will help to take things away. I definitely recommend a pair of scissors to keep in your kit, because you never know when you're going to need to open up a package or a box or something. The orange sticks, or some sort of a pusher to be able to take care of your cuticles. There are ones that they have like a V groove in it, and then it goes around the edge. I'm not talented enough with those, but I know other people suggest those because they're not able to use trimmers, and that's okay, because you're not technically supposed to be cutting around your cuticle. That's not a great place to be having sharp instruments with. So be careful anytime you have anything sharp that has any kind of an edge or anything. Be extra gentle. I do recommend, along with the rounds, that getting the pineapple, and there's many features to this. This part you can use to put the cotton over the pump, and then you can pump down holding this, and then you're not getting the acetone on your fingers. Just be careful because it will squirt. And then this part holds the cotton round so that you can then clean your plate, and we'll get into that later. You're going to need tape, and I prefer the masking tape. You can get packing tape, you can get Scotch tape, any type of experiment. This is permission to you to, as you go along, as you can afford to. If you have all the money and you're able to just dump in and buy all the stuff, then get a bunch of everything and play around with it and experiment with what works for you. If you're on a shoestring budget and you need to get things limited, then don't feel like you have to have everything at once, because the fear of missing out is only going to cause you pain and grief. So don't worry about that. I do recommend the Sticky Stamper Station, and it looks like this. Comes in a box. These ones were from another set that I liked, and I just kind of put them together. But this is what comes in the Sticky Stamper Station, and it's all together, and I took them apart because that's what worked for me. Leave it together, take it apart. But there's that, and there's a whole bunch of uses for these things that we can go into later on another video, and Maniology did a complete set on one of those. I know that can be pricey, and then when the inside parts are empty, there's a refill for that, or you can buy a whole new set, whichever works for you. Or you can get a lint brush and just use the disposable lint brush strips, pads that you pull off the one sheet at a time that are sticky, that are kind of like tape. And those, again, we'll go into more into the uses of those. So let's see. You'll need lotion, cream, whatever your favorite items for those are. Cuticle oil, I highly recommend, and Maniology has a really good one. You're going to need a base polish top coat. The sticky, when I first started, I used the sticky base coat for everything because I didn't have a lot of stuff, and I really didn't know which ones I liked for doing this process. And I used the sticky base coat as a base coat, and then I did my art, and then I did the sticky base coat as the top coat to seal everything in. But you definitely are going to want to get their top coat. It's a water-based one to protect your art. So as you can afford to add more things, get those. But at this point, and thank you to Amanda, you've dived down everything. You have the plate. It's sitting there. You have the polish, and you're looking at this going, what do I do? Well, what I'm going to suggest is kind of a little bit out of the box, and I know if you've sat there and watched videos, or you're waiting for your stuff to arrive and you just really don't know how you're going to do this. I like to put things out, and for the visual learners, let's see here, I'll put my list down. I don't know if you can see all my handwriting or pause all of this, but there's just a list for you if you need to kind of take notes on that, or a screenshot of some sort. But get you some note paper, get you some 3x5 cards, 4x6 cards, construction paper, whatever it is that you need to be artistic with. You can get them at Dollar General and other discount stores along the way. And when your kit arrives and you're sitting here and you're going, I don't know what to do. I don't know what design to pick. I don't know, where do I start? Okay, so where do I start? Every month I get the subscription box, and for the inspiration of things, I will, like for the current month, where's my plates? I will take the plates, and you can see they're messy because I was playing around with seeing what I could do. I take the plates, sorry for that, And I take a sheet of paper like this one, and I pull out the polishes, and I kind of do an alternating, and I pull out other colors, and most of my other stuff is in storage. I haven't gotten that here yet, so we're working with what we have. And I will then wash my hands and, you know, take my trimmers and clippers, and before I do any kind of a manicure or artwork or anything, I just do the basics. I do a little bit of a trim to clean things up and make sure everything is nice and neat. I use my Maniology cuticle oil. I use my hand cream and lotions, and I get everything ready to go. And then I will put this around my cuticle, and I do actually put this on my nail. I know, don't come for me if you disagree. If you have a different opinion on that, then we can agree to disagree. But I actually put this all over my nail and all the way around my nail, and I just let it sit while I'm, after I'm done doing the prep work on me, and then I get all my goodies out. I have my stamper holder, my stamping cards, I get my tape out, I have a little pencil box, like I said, storage that I got at Dollar General for $1. And I keep a lot of the tools in that with my stampers that I need things for. And then if you're really into, you know, artwork, like I said, Maniology has a set of brushes that you can get. I get everything out and everything ready to go, and it's all set up. And so this whole time, that cuticle oil is kind of soaking into my skin, soaking into my nail, and then I take one of the cotton rounds or something. Oh, and I again, find where you can get you some dinner napkins that are for an affordable price, or whatever your preference is for paper towels, and have one exclusively set for that you work with. And this will help protect your surface, and you'll find a lot of uses for them. As well as I highly recommend getting some silicone mats. The Maniology has 2 sets of Lotus mats that are absolutely great. And then also find you an apron that you can put over you, so that in case there's spills or something along the way. And then one last thing is get a USB type, a little mini fan, because, you know, the fumes get a little bit much if you're doing this for a while. So there's that. Sorry to digress, but take everything out, and then I will go through and I alternate. So as you can see here, I have on the current month's box came with these 2 polishes, and I alternated. So I did every other nail with the shade that they came, so that both hands are going to be the opposite. And then I take the polish, and I'll take one polish, and I go with one plate, and I will, I don't know which way is going to be better to see. I have a new setup, a new situation, and I'm trying to figure out angles and how to put things so that people can see. So like I said, I go through my little sheet, and I do the stamping, and I'm not worried about precision. I'm not worried about anything. I'm just getting into the groove. So I take my stamper, and as if I was doing it on my nail, but I have everything set up around me in the order that I need it in. So I'll have my bottle of polish handy. I have my tape ready to go and laid down, or my lint brush, or my sticky stamper station. I have all the parts, and I do this like an assembly line. So you take your plate, and you have that in an area with your surface protected, and you put the polish down, and I just go image by image and stamp along. And it just kind of gets me into that Zen moment, that okay, this is what I'm doing. So that by the time I'm doing things on my nails, and I'm not happy with this set at the moment. This is the first run draft, and I will usually put on the color and stamp a few of the stamps, and then I leave it for a day or two and see how it wears, see which polish I like better. Because again, I want to see how they look independently on me. I want to see how well they work together. This one I tried, let's see here. I tried doing different things and I didn't like how it came out. This one I repainted over, and I haven't gone back to do any because I ran out of time. Was working on it while husband was at work, and he got home from work and I had to close up shop. So I tried, this is what I have, is Ruby Slipper is B419. I have Doll Dance, which is B226. The two that came in the most recent June box, which is Kraken B482 and Ocean Floor B483. I got the set with the Lay Day, and this is Ilima, which is B474. So this one is available to anybody on the website. These two are early release, so unless you got the subscription, you won't be able to get these for about another month or two. These two are available currently on the website, and then I got Bam White, which is B170, and where did I covered it up. For me, and just my honest opinion, I love the colors, I really do, but they came out weird. Let's see, it's like for the green one, you know, all the gold shimmer ended up on my pad, but it's really light. I got a hangnail there, I gotta clear off, but it's really light, and I don't know if you can see that on the website, or the words are hard, we're still tired, we're still trying to recover. You really can't see it much in the polish. And then here's this one, is very dark, but they kind of, both of them have a very nice, when you're cleaning them off, you know, the teal color is beautiful on the paper, but not on my fingers. So this is like super close to being black. It's so navy, so dark, and that's a nice thing. But this is a dark shade too. And when I went to stamp, because again, I do them alternating so that then I can see about how they work, this one didn't stamp so well on top of each other because I tried different nails. I tried both colors on each other and I didn't like how they did. So I used my other colors and played around, and that's okay. That's the part of this that I think a lot of new people, as beginners, you're like, what do I do? Where do I go from this? Explore. Become an adventurer. There's a lady I follow. She's got several channels, and it's about gentle parenting. And yes, I'm a grandmother. So I look at tips and things that I want to be able to share with my daughter and my grandchildren, and, you know, keep up on things. And she's entertaining, and I want to say her name is Gwen, but I can't remember her channel name. And if anybody's interested and you want to know, let me know and I'll put it in the links. But she says with the kids, you know, when they're going to go someplace and it's a long trip, she doesn't want to keep answering, are we there yet? So her solution to this is to say, don't anticipate, just adventure. And I'm gonna give you that advice. Don't anticipate that you're going to be able to be great at this. This is a skill. This is a form of art. This is something that skills are learnable, and everything that you know now, you didn't instantly come out of the womb being able to do. You had to learn how to crawl. You had to learn how to walk. You had to learn how to run, if you learned how to ride a bicycle, because there are some people that never got the opportunity, but you learned how to swim. In same case, if you didn't learn how to ride a bike or swim, don't feel bad, don't feel guilt. It was just those experiences weren't opened up to you. That's okay. Learning to drive a car, same thing. you were scared and terrified and didn't know what to do at the beginning, but there was somebody there that showed you how to do it, held your hand while you were doing it. So here, I'm going to hold your hand. You're going to be perfectly okay with this. And this is why I'm saying, get you something on a surface that you can just explore. Dive into the kit, whatever plate that you have, take your plate and your stamper and some polish and just put them on paper. And don't worry about perfection. Perfection is an illusion. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. Hello, I made a mess. When my husband came home, I had polish everywhere, all over my nails, because I wasn't trying to be perfect at it. I was just playing around with it and seeing how it worked. And then because I put that cuticle nail oil around, the nail polish didn't soak in. And then as I went in there to clean up and wash dishes and whatnot, it came off. You know, some people may think that's, okay. Yeah, it was a quick and easy dinner in one pot. I really didn't touch anything that, mattered in anything. It was just the cleaning up process, because where we're at, we don't have a dishwasher. Didn't have a dishwasher at the last place. I've been the dishwasher for I don't know how long. I do it by hand. And yeah, I have to figure out how to get a specific type of soap that doesn't eat me alive, because most dish soap does. I have very sensitive skin. So I have a very specific routine of things, and I'm still searching for that magic stuff that makes my hands feel better, and I don't have to use a concoction and a mixture of 900 things because certain things don't agree with me. So figure out what agrees with you. Like I said, explore, practice. And the other thing I want to tell you is that when you get different polishes, you're going to have different formulas. So this one works really well. I love BAM White. There's a lot of people that BAM White is like the most amazing white. Go explore Maniology's videos on their polish comparison that they have, and they show you. They even did a Tuesday Live where they bought nail polish from other companies and did a similar polish in their line and showed you the differences of how well they stamp. Almost all polishes, as long as it is a true polish, not a gel, but a true polish, will stamp. You're just not going to get great results. And the BAM White is super fantastic stamping on things. I mean, here is this blue that, and here is kind of like on the BAM White. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I did all the colors on one of the images of the plate. Picked the School of Fish one and just kind of picked an area and kind of did it all the way around. And you can see how they showed up, how that blue right here is so pale blue, but it gets even paler when it's, come on, focused. I don't know if you can see. There, it gets even paler on the navy, and it's blue on blue, but there you go. But anything that is a duochrome that has a glitter or a shimmer, those ones are not going to show up or stamp as well, because the additives, the glitters and shimmers, kind of get caught in the ridges of the stamping imprint. And so while they're lovely shades, I think in my opinion, that the shimmers are better as a base coat than they are the actual stamping. But if you're able to make it work and you like the colors and you want to do it, run for it, go for it. Don't let me stop you. I'm just giving you as a beginner, if you're sitting there trying to make something work and you can't get it to work, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. I'm sharing that the shimmer polishes have the glitters and the extra things in them that make it more complicated, more difficult. So as you get experience, you'll figure it out. The other thing is how you scrape. Okay, you're going to put your plate flat, and then you're going to use your scraper, and you're going to do it at different angles. So again, don't anticipate adventure. And a lot of times, if you have you know, something like this, you're going to want to scrape this way for this one. And I want to see, make sure that it's all on camera. Scrape this way for this one, scrape this way for that one. Sometimes you might need to go that way or this way, but go in logical order. Let's see here. It's like on this one, okay? If I wanted to use this one to, which is another plate I highly recommend, and I'll show you there. It's I forget the name of it, but the block, it's blocks something for the name, but it is M319, and this one is great for beginners to get practice with. I know it seems like, what am I going to do with that? It's just plain. This one is really hard to do, and a lot of people have figured out that you need the thicker card scraper or the full scraper, and if you can't afford it, you can use an old bank card that doesn't work anymore, or you know, any kind of thing, you know, a gift card or some sort of that nature, anything that's kind of a plastic. And then this one will teach you pressure, because if you're scraping too hard at the wrong angle, you're going to go into the middle part of that. So this one is a fantastic one to just get a bottle of polish from Maniology, and don't worry about wasting it. Just use this one. And what this does is it puts down a single layer, and it's almost dried instantly. And if you can master this one, then all the other plates will come a lot easier. I also, I'm going to put it out here. I don't know if this one, nope, it's this one. I'm also going to suggest that you get these holders. They have the sheets that are the plastic that you buy your own binder, and then they are a little pouch that you can put them in. Those are fantastic, but after a while they got to be too heavy for me. So it's easier just to get these and then organize them. And I recommend getting the French, which is M052. This one makes doing French tips so much easier. So again, where did I put it? Oh, yeah. This one is the one I highly recommend. And then your French plate. And I have one of these that is exclusive to all the French plates, the different designs that they have. And these are the ones that are my go-tos that I love. So, and you know, there's a few pounds to that because it's almost full at this point. But yeah, don't feel like you need to know everything at once. And if you sit and do this, this will give you practice on how to press, because then you're not trying to angle how I'm going to get this on my finger and, you know, trying to line things up. Then you can let go of that panic of doing it right. Just play around with the designs with this and get your experience, because a skill is learning a skill means you've got experience. So have experience with your plate and your stamper and the scraper, because you just bought your new set, so more than likely you're going to end up with this one. And these are very, very thin, and they're great to, you know, have the flexibility, and they're, you know, really, really bendable, which means you have more room for error because you're not doing the angles right. So figure out the angles, like I said. Let's see here if I can do this. So you're gonna lay this just ever so lightly and bring it across. And as you get better at, you can see where you'll get familiar with the plate. So take 1 or 2 or 3 plates at the beginning and just start with playing with one on paper and put your things down. And once you think you got it, move on to your next plate. And you get 2 in a box. So play with one for 5 or 10 minutes, switch over, play with the other one, experiment with one color for a few minutes with, the different designs. And that's why, having this makes it so much easier with the grabbers, because then you can clean up your plate. And like I said, when I'm doing something like this, then I can go across the way. I start with the little nail, or the corner design, and I don't worry about, I go in the opposite direction. So I've already done this one. Now I'm going to do this one. It doesn't matter if I get carryover. And then I'm going to do these ones. It doesn't matter if I get carryover, because if you go towards the new one, then you're going to have to clean it. Go in the opposite direction that you've already done. So go in the direction you've started. Start with this one, move to this one, move to this one, move to this one, and then you don't have to worry about the cleanup. You can just do the polish, because it's muscle memory. It's the hands and the mind working together. And remember to breathe, your posture, how you're sitting, because after you've been doing this for 5 or 10 minutes, you're going to be all hunched over and tense and tight, and then you're going to go, oh, why does my arm or shoulders or neck hurt? Be comfortable. This is supposed to be zen. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be artwork. This is supposed to be play, like little kids in crayons. This is play. So enjoy the play and figure out how you roll. Figure out which way you're going to do what you're going to do. Whether you're going to go this way, you're going to go that way, whether you're going to go that way or you're going to go that way. Figure out what is comfortable for you with your dominant hand. And then switch over and use your non-dominant hand. Because everyone says, oh, the hand that is my non-dominant hand always looks so great, because you have more control. You're going to need more practice with your non-dominant hand. For me, being ambidextrous, I don't really have a dominant hand. I can write with both hands. Yes, I'm better with one than the other, but not by much. So I'm the unique, warped monkey, donkey, duck that, I have difficulties, because if someone says for me to do something, I have to stop and figure out, okay, what hand do I use? Because, being ambidextrous also gets you confused. So work with what you have. Don't fear of missing out. I know they say limited edition, get it now. And there's a lot of things I wish I would have been able to get, because they're sold out and I have to wait for them to restock. And you know what? I had priorities at the time, because we were in the process of moving. Where do I have it shipped? Where do I have it sent? Do I spend the money? Because, we're in the process of moving, and I'm going to need other things or pay for other things, or whatever the case that goes along. We all have to make life choices between needs and wants. And some people think that certain things are needs. Like, my husband understands this is a need for me. We budget for this because of our situation. This keeps me sane. There's several things that we pay for that keeps me sane. Otherwise, there's that bat poo crazy kind of thing that I would end up, because there's only so much a person can deal with. You have to determine for you where your needs and wants are, and that's okay. So don't get all caught up in the fear of missing out, because it's a limited edition. If you don't get it this time, there'll be another one. Every other month there's a limited edition something, and it's nice to have, but it's stuff. People first, then things. I survived a house fire. Literally was asleep. Thank God for the smoke detector that woke me up. Was admitted to the hospital with smoke inhalation. Again, what's more important? Stuff can be replaced. Your life can't. So do not go into the stress of making this be something that it's not. And stress will kill you. It'll raise your blood pressure. Say that 5 times fast. It'll raise your blood pressure, and you don't need that. The anxiety of this, don't put yourself through that. This is, again, an art form for your own creativity. And if you're trying to get with what comes in the box, And these cards, somebody does these designs, and they're computer generated. They sit on a computer and put pictures together. Somebody probably at some point did the design on their hand and had to sit and figure it out, and then they, for the artwork. But don't put yourself in a knot having that's a have to recreate. That's just to give you ideas, but let your own ideas explore. There's that phrase, think outside of the box. Well, I'm going to clue you in. There is no box. The box is the illusion, and it's the limitations you put on yourself, the rules and restrictions that you've been taught or told that we as a polite society live in. Crossing the crosswalk because that's safe. Don't run out into the street because it's not safe. Don't touch something hot because it's not safe. There's all these things that have limited us into believing certain things. But creativity, I don't have an imagination. I can't, I'm not very creative. I can't do, Well, Henry Ford said, if you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. Whichever way you believe, whatever you believe, you're going to put your own limitations on yourself. So remove the box of the limitations on your creativity. And if getting this is the beginning to that, then it's opening the door to that, and just allow it to open up. Again, you're never going to be perfect because nobody is. Practice only makes better. It makes you better than you were the day before or the last time that you did it. And you, as a comparison to what I do or anybody else does out there that's an influencer in any way, shape, or form, please don't compare yourself to anybody else, because you're perfect the way you are. You were born the way you are. You were given the experiences that you were given, and these experiences shaped you into what you are now. Yeah, see, Pampered Princess is agreeing with me. I know. So there's people outside that she's going into protective mode, and she wants to save mommy. Anyway, don't put yourself into the limitations of what you feel you need to do. Like I said, take it out and play with it and explore with it. Get you the things that you need to get as you can get them, or as you want to get them. Buy what you want. Don't buy what you feel like you have to have. Buy what you think you might need, or what you're going to enjoy using. This is about personal expression. So make it personal to you. Take the suggestions from everybody else and do the parts that make it better for you, and play with the designs. And then when you have this down on paper, and I know this seems really weird, when you have this down on paper, you can see how the design comes out. It was like, I was doing these kind of quick, but you can see a lot of them were not necessarily because, I was rushing, and this is my first attempt. So I just put it down and see what I get. And this design, looking at it on the plate, well, I didn't think I'd like an octopus tentacle, but the way it came out on my nail, that's the one I liked the most. That's the stamp that worked the best. So, I love the School of Fish, but for the life of me, I need to find a polish that works with the image of it. Eventually I'll get one. Because I even tried it with just the green by itself, and I thought that would be kind of cute. Nope, didn't work out. I tried everything, and I was having so much difficulties with this the first time. And that's what I usually do, is that I will always have difficulties with the box. That's why I don't do the stamping or anything in my unboxing videos. I show you what it looks like. I show you what comes in it, up close and personal, because I know a lot of times the release videos, you really can't see. I want to see it closer. So I make my videos be really close so you can see the details. And if you decide you want to get it, then I play with it. I explore with it. I find what works and how it works for me. And then I come back and go, here's what I was able to do, for inspiration, to give other people ideas, because you never know. Some people have short nails and they have to keep them that way. They don't like long nails, they're not interested, but they want to have artwork. Other people are about the decoration. They want the nails, they want it to be all beautiful. I'm at a point in my life where I'm going with the thing. If I break a nail, well, we'll just trim them all down and start over. Again, I'm doing the hand washing by hand, and that's murder on a manicure. That's why I love the fact that if there's something that I did, I can always redo it if I mess it up. And that's the other thing. Yeah, see, Pamper Princess agrees. If you do something that you have in your head, that you have a design you want to be able to do, and it doesn't come out, that's why they make polish remover. 100% don't get the ones that have the extra vitamins, because they make your plates cloudy. And never use polish remover on your stamper. On your scraper, you're going to need to clean it, yes, but never on the scraper, not even on the outside. It will make it all goopy. And yeah, they're going to get messy and they're going to get goopy. So if you really want to, paint them with something, I just got to the point where one day I was going, you know what, I'm tired of the icky and the ugly. Let's just do something, And so I tried to, find a color that I liked, and it was having one of those moments, and said, let's clean it up. I have others I can always switch it out to eventually, but that's okay. Be okay. Be okay with where you are. Be okay with where you're going. There's that phrase that the journey of 10,000 steps begins with the first one. You're at the first step, and just take your journey. Go along your path at your speed with your ability to do things, and then you can figure out along the way what it is that you want to do, how you want to do it, and most importantly, remember to breathe and have fun. And now that Grandma's rambled on about all kinds of things and made you even more confused, I hope I've given you some at least comfort or solace in the fact that just start, just jump in and dive and get going. It's kind of like the first time that you did piano lessons or went away to camp or started anything new. You had butterflies, and I think that for most people, the first time that you go to daycare or you go to kindergarten or preschool or something of that nature, and you're unsure of the situation and the people around you are making you feel afraid because this is a new thing, they're kind of worried about you. They're feeling a little bit of fear and panic and separation anxiety, and you're picking up on that as a kid. You're interpreting excitement for fear. Excitement and fear kind of feel the same way. So the next time you think you're afraid, ask yourself, am I really excited about this? Or am I really scared about this? Because it's possible to be both. So be excited, be an adventurer, be an explorer, just be in the moment and enjoy the moment. And I hope this was helpful. I hope that you all will enjoy this series. Even if you're an experienced person, I hope you got something out of this. Experienced person meaning with stamping or other nail polish things. I hope you got something out of it, no matter where you are, at what point. For me, I just jumped in. I didn't have fear. I was excited to do it. And I thought, wow, another way to play with my nails. Because I'm not much of a jewelry person. I've never really been in a position where at work or any place else I could wear it. I love doing makeup, but it's kind of, I don't go anywhere to put makeup on anymore, that it's kind of worth the effort to do it. And as I've gotten older, I need to relearn how to do it, because being a stay-at-home mother and then daughter and then, care person for a lot of situations and my own health situations and everything that has just been chaos and nuttiness going on, and then the pandemic hit, it's like I'm out of practice. I haven't been doing that for a long time, and as I've gotten older and my body's changed, my face has changed. So now I have to relearn how to do makeup again, because now I can go out and do things all over, but what am I going to do? So I'm at that stage as well, retrying to figure out how to relearn things that I thought I knew I had to do. That's what life is. So take it for what it's worth. And remember, breathe, have fun, be who you are, be in the moment, be excited, just be. And it's okay. Please be kind. Yeah, Pamper Princess agrees. Please be kind, because you never know who might need it. And the person who's suffering the most is probably going to not look like the one that's going to want it. But offer whatever you can. Be helpful as much as you can, because the world needs more love and kindness and empathy and understanding, because we are going through some serious stuff in our country, and there's a lot of things not going right for everybody, no matter which side of the fence that you're on. We just have to find a way to get along. And I hope, that the neighbors outside, because yes, it's regularly very quiet here. I hardly hear anything. But today there's a bunch of people out by the pool, and they're having a grand old time. And that's why the princess is barking, because she can hear them. And I won't know until I post this whether or not that you can hear them. But hey, they're having fun. It's summertime. It's warm out. It's a nice day out. There's a pool. Go play. So thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Thank you for all your kind wishes and subscribing and everything that you do and liking that comes along, commenting. I appreciate all of you. My heart goes out to each and every one of you as I grow my channel and share the love of Maniology and all the products and the new things that they have coming out. They are just expanding so much with everything. I can't keep up anymore, and that's okay, because they'll have it, and if they don't have it, they'll have something else, and we'll all just be happy with what we have, because gratitude makes things better, appreciation makes things better, makes your life better. Believe it or not, it really does. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye.